The achievement gap is the disparity between students of various ethnicities and socioeconomic status, so mainly between white students and Black and Hispanic students. And I think the major causes of the achievement gap are cultural bias on standardized tests as well as poverty, and that manifests in as lack of resources, lack of technology, um, not the best textbooks, and inexperienced, not as qualified teachers. And my solution to help close the achievement gap in my area is to make the Montessori school that's here free to the public. Currently, it is partly subsidized by the state, and so some families pay tuition and some don't. If um, the funds could be secured and the school could be made completely public and completely free, then everyone here could go to it instead of going to the free preschool that's here, which is severely lacking um, as far as the education that it offers. There is a large Hispanic and poor white population here, and they would be able to afford the Montessori school if it were free. The the resources that would be necessary to implement this plan, the biggest one is money. Um, and the backlash that would come from that, I think, is that there would be a backlash from the school district, because if more money was going to funding the Montessori school, then less would be going to the free preschool. And the other um, thing that might impede it is that the numbers would drop at the free preschool if more students were going to the Montessori school. So that would be the other thing, the other obstacle. Some of the outcomes of my proposal that I would be hoping for would be more high school graduates. There are a pretty large number of high school dropouts here. I would like to see less teen pregnancy and less at-risk behaviors by teenagers in my area in general, and also less people living at or below the poverty line. Ultimately, this proposal, as well as the achievement gap narrowing, is important to me and my community because I live in a poor rural area. There are a lot of well-educated and wealthy people here, but most of them aren't from here. So for the most part, the people that are growing up here and the kids that are graduating here are not that well educated. Um, and there's not a lot of money in this area. So, well, helping to close the achievement gap in this area would bring more money into it, which would make everyone's quality of life better.